Hey guys, so like a lot of people, I've been very interested in Claude Code, been testing out different things, been building out different projects. For example, I built out this website that you see over here on the right side. It's called Builder's Gym, and basically I designed it with Claude using this skill called Impeccable. I, pushed it to Vercel, connected it to my custom domain. Now it's in buildersgym.com. And it's a really nice site that I'm kind of looking forward to continue building on. But something that I'm still kind of iffy about is the SEO, right? So what if I can use Claude Code to help me get an SEO audit of my site and then help me with a strategy to improve my SEO, my technical SEO of my site, and also with a strategy of helping get traffic in the long run. Now, there's this very interesting GitHub repo by Banuna Mikaze. It's called Agentic SEO Skill. And basically what this does is that it creates like an HTML file and gives your site an SEO score, right? And it lists you all the different things that you can improve in your site. So for example, there's an SEO audit, SEO article, SEO page, technical content, schema, sitemap, images, geo. There's so many things that you can kind of reference here. And so what you can do is you can just get the URL of this repo. You can also, download the code and bring it into Claude Code, but Claude Code is so amazing that you can just give it the repo link. And so I can say, get the following repo and run this SEO audit on my site. All right, and this is the site audit that we get. We have an overall score of 48. And you can see that the technical SEO is not so good. On-page SEO also not so good. Pretty good for just having a couple of pages, but still not so good. Schema, performance, AI search. These are the things that all need to be improved. And we have this headline diagnosis that we can also check out. Now, there's so many things that we can end up building with, with Claude. We can say like implement number one. We can say implement number two. Say fix our technical SEO. So we can say something like improve the score of our technical SEO as much as you can. And then we want to re-render that page. And it's actually done a great job implementing different things that I needed and getting my score from 42 to 95. You can see a table of the different things that it's done. And you can see now that our overall score has jumped quite a few points. Now we have it at 74, which is pretty good. But honestly, this is just giving me something that just works, that is good enough, right? Because if I run my site in another SEO audit tool, you can see that keyword consistency is still not there. It says that your page main keywords are not distributed well across the important HTML tags. And ideally, these keywords should also be distributed across tags such as a title, meta, and header tags. And now I use this tool called Arvow in all of my different projects to help me specifically with my SEO, not only with the technical SEO like we're doing now, but also with generating pages. And I have a bunch of great content on that. If you want to check that out, link is down in the description below. But I can go, for example, over here to site optimizers and create a new optimizer. And we can name this to, for example, Builder's Gym, and add the URL that we want to add. And we want to maybe, choose all of the pages that we want to scan. In your case, you might have thousands of pages, so you can choose that number. And then you want to hit on create. And my page, for example, only has 11 pages, but it's scanned all of the different titles that it has for each page. And as you can see over here, all of these titles, like I said before, are good enough, but Arvow gives us a much better suggestion. For example, this is for the homepage. Right now it's Builder's Gym, show up, build with AI, ship the proof. But over here it says build and ship AI businesses live daily, join the community. So if we click on why, it says that it includes key terms like build and ship AI businesses and live daily, which are likely search queries. And it also clearly states the community aspect and includes that call to action, which is join the community. Because at the end of the day, this is a website for people to join my community. Also, all of these profile pages, so Sana, Rafael, Ingrid, they all have like a very simple, meta title over here. And over here we have unique ones that kind of read the content of that page. So Ingrid is a climate tech designer. Rafael is a tiny CRM for real estate agents. He's building that. So it's a little bit more specific as to the context of that page. And you can easily just click on apply. And once you have that integration installed, which is this, you just need to add this code to your site. You can automatically apply these changes to your site and your SEO score will be much better. And not only does it do page titles, it does meta descriptions as well. It does canonical URLs. It does image alt text, internal links, FAQ schemas, article schemas. And another thing that's really cool about Arvow is that there's this LLM brand monitor, which is basically ranking for LLMs. So you can click on new monitor and add your website URL. We're just going to paste it in like that, click on continue, and it understands what you're doing with this site. And then you can create and start a monitor. And it basically gives you a list of different potential prompts that people might search for using ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude. And you can choose a specific question and it shows you where your site ranks for each one of these LLMs. And so, for example, I rank 0 for this question: how can I learn to build businesses with AI? For ChatGPT, 0, and this is like the standard question that it gives us. And you can use these answers to create extra content and add them to your site to increase the probability of people joining or getting to your site via this question. And just from this question, there are a bunch of different topics that can stem from this question, topics with different keywords. So what are some effective strategy for shipping AI-powered products? Well, there's strategy 1, there's strategy 2, there's strategy 3. Strategy 3 would be Claude Code, for example. And then there's a bunch of like Claude Code type things over here where you can include different like markdown files. Eventually, this all like connects in your site. You create this massive site web. And again, I have a great video on this down in the description below where I go into this into more detail. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know down below. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye.